I can't tell you how many people are literally asking me over and over,
Smitty, you don't really like Melvin Gordon in Denver, do you? You can't really like it. Smitty, what do you really think? Be honest about it.
I've literally created 2 straight videos talking about how it's a good thing that Melvin Gordon is in Denver. And now this is video number 3. I feel like I'm in Bizarro world, to be completely honest with you.
This is so simple.
Let me break down why I would rather have Melvin Gordon in Denver in 2022. Why I wouldn't undo this if I could. The Fantasy Football Show
Begins now.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Take a lap.
It's very simple when you break it down like this. Do I prefer Javonte Williams at 3, 4, 5 overall without Melvin Gordon in the picture? Or do I prefer Javonte Williams at 18, 19, 20 overall, which apparently is where he's going to fall, maybe further? Do I prefer Javonte at 18, 19, 20 with the phantom threat of Melvin Gordon? Now, the difference between me and you, if you're yelling at the screen going,
Smitty, he's not a phantom threat. He's Melvin Gordon. He's great. He did so good last year.
when the team was trying not to rack up the mileage on the new vehicle, Javonte Williams, when there was nothing to play for. Yes, I know he played well enough to where you're like, okay, he's going to get used. Every running back needs a backup. Every running back needs to be given a break. In this high-powered, high-octane offense, Melvin Gordon should get 30% of the work. He's 29. Back to the question at hand. Would I rather have Javonte Williams at 5, 6 overall without Melvin Gordon in the equation, or take Javonte at 18, 19, 20, allow myself to get a Jamar Chase and Javonte Williams now with only this problem right here in the way? Everybody's going to see it different. Some people think he's going to get 50% of the work, and I really can't convince you otherwise. If you feel that way, then trust your gut, and I don't blame you. I'm not going to send you on a lap if you want to just avoid Javonte in 2022. Forget that. Take a lap.
Take a lap.
But there's an opportunity that you're missing here. I have zero concern that Javonte will win out. I have zero concern that Melvin Gordon's going to be so effective that the team's going to be like, let's keep one of the best top 2 running backs in the NFL off the field halftime because we have this guy right here that's pretty efficient. We like him. He is special. He's JT special. And for everybody saying that Gordon isn't the same thing as Nyheim Hines last year when people let Jonathan Taylor fall to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you're not looking at it clearly. Hindsight's always 20/20. Hines doesn't look like a threat at all now. And even if they had different roles, Hines was more of a PPR vulture, but it was a vulturing potential scare for people that didn't want to take JT at 5, 6, 7. They're like, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to let him fall. I got JT at like 14, 15 in a couple leagues last year. The threat of Nyheim Hines was real, and it was very, very intimidating to people who wanted all the volume for JT. It's laughable now, and it's easy to not compare and to criticize the comparison of Hines and Gordon because now you know what you know. Hindsight's always 20/20. This is probably the best point I can really make about it. Were JT owners more beneficial having the threat of Nyheim Hines and getting JT at 12, 13, 14, 15, or would they have been more beneficial to have Hines out of the way and spent a 3rd or 2nd overall pick or a 4th overall pick on JT? The reason people won their leagues last year with JT is because they got him at 13, 14, 12, 15. It was beneficial, yeah, in hindsight, but beneficial to have Nyheim Hines scaring people away so you could win your league drafting JT at 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm telling you the parallels here. You don't have to believe me. You can look at Melvin Gordon different than Nyheim Hines. I can't help you with that. If you can't draw the parallel, draw the conclusion that they are identical in terms of how they're shaping the way people fear the player ahead of them, that's where we part ways on the topic, and that's okay. But this is no different than the Nyheim Hines situation last year, which in retrospect was a gift to those drafting JT. That is my point. I wouldn't undo this if I could, because Melvin Gordon is playing a role in allowing the JT Hines effect. but Melvin Gordon's 29. Javonte Williams led the league in broken tackles at halftime production. I'm telling you, right now, I'm not trying to spin it. Melvin Gordon's a gift. I'm so willing to take the chance that I'm wrong because the risk is all baked in, meaning at 18, 19, 20, if I'm wrong, you're buying Javonte at the floor. That means if I'm wrong, Javonte still earns you 18, 19, 20 overall value, even getting only 60% of the work in Denver. And if you don't think Javonte's gonna get at least 60% of the work in Denver with his skill set, you don't know what you have and you don't deserve Javonte on your team. But even if I'm wrong, 60% only, he earns you top 18 to 22, whatever overall value with ease. And if I'm right, if this is a phantom fear, a non-threat that makes him discounted to the tune of 4 or 5 overall down to 18 or 20 overall, you're talking about dropping like triple in value all the way down to 18, 20 overall from 4 or 5. If I'm right, you not only win your league, you absolutely annihilate your league. This is the best thing that could have happened. Smitty, how do you really feel? I'm producing 3 videos in a row to try and hammer this point home. I would prefer in redraft to see this situation because it presents opportunity. And if you're not scared of what people are scared of, and you're telling me that because of that fear that I don't believe in or care about, and that's just my opinion, and I said this before this happened, I said it all offseason, if he comes back, don't worry. People said,
Javonte.
I said, don't worry if he returns. People still said,
Javonte.
nobody was scared of Javonte in February when he was probably going to be on the roster. In February, going into March, there was a strong indication that Melvin Gordon would be on the roster. And you didn't have Russell Wilson on the team, and people still loved Javonte. Think about the sequence of events. People in February loved Javonte Williams. Melvin Gordon was still in the picture, maybe not going away, and Russell Wilson wasn't in town. Now Russell Wilson's in town, Melvin Gordon's still there, and people hate Javonte. There's only so much I can do. Here's 3 videos in a row. Here's me screaming from the rooftop. Here's me trying to calm the storm. I love this situation. I repeat, I love this situation in redraft. In Dynasty, it doesn't even concern me. He's nothing in Dynasty. And in redraft, I wouldn't want it any other way.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.